another episode of Financial Freeway. My name is David J. Atwood. I'm the man rocking the Ray-Bans, and we are mid-convention, and I'm just running home to get Gaby for the last half of the day. Gave her a chance to sleep in because the first day of the convention, Thursday, was incredibly busy, incredibly tough, incredibly long, but we got through it, and we got through it with flying colors. Actually, I was really impressed, and there's so many things about this convention that really kind of flipped a few things around on my head. Number one, I was shocked, and I think it's really important to say, if you are ever in a situation that is tough, really, really tough, and I've been through a few of them in my life, and I'm sure you have as well, but if you've ever been through a few really, really tough situations, what is really funny, peculiar, or interesting, I should say, about them is the tough times has a great way of filtering out who your friends are. The tough times have a great way of filtering out the people that do support you and do want the best for you, and the people that don't. And it's a blessing. It is a blessing when that happens, because you can sift through and you can start to, if you're like, you have a group of friends, you want to know who is really on your team. All you have to do is go through some really tough stuff. And it's not a good or a bad thing. It's one of those, that's the way nature is kind of thing. But I've been through some really tough things, and I say this all the time, that the people, you would be shocked, surprised at how some people who you don't think are going to be there for you are truly, truly there for you. And it's really interesting how it's like I say, it's called the great filter. Trauma or bad situations, super great filter for how the world where your friends need to be kind of categorized, I guess would be a better way to put it. And this convention was a very, very tough time for me. It was tough because I was walking into new ground a lot of the way, and I was trying to do something that was I was punching up, as they say. I was doing something that was a little bit outside of my comfort, and it put a lot of stress on me. And I'm sure I know there was a lot of mistakes I made, and in those mistakes and in that stress is where you will see who shines and who doesn't. And it's been really great awakening for me in a lot of ways. So that's number one. Number two thing about this convention is I was so stressed that everything had to be perfect, that everything had to be timed, that because of my experience, there's always someone there with a little stopwatch saying, you said this thing would stop for lunch at 12, it's now 12:15. And I'm gonna complain about it. Why don't you have this? Now I have less time and the complaints keep rolling. What I found with this convention is that that's not the case. Everyone is on board and willing to be flexible. One guy came in, I totally forgot to add him to and it's gonna be funny, you might see this, I forgot to add him to the lineup, and as he's walking in, I see his face like, oh my god, he's supposed to be performing tonight. I lean over to the guy who's emceeing, like, yeah, that guy's performing, switch that guy for this guy. And so I did that, like, on the fly. And what happened is there's a few key players that will come to play if you're doing something of this nature. And those few people were like, okay, no problem. The sound guy, the sound tech was amazing. He was like, no problem, all the way along. The stage tech who brought the lighting and the video and and the stage itself, everything. Again, same thing. No problem, Dave. We got this. Everyone that has been really supportive through this convention has been very flexible, very easygoing, because they understand and they know what it's like to go through something like this. So that's what's been going on for me, and it has been an actual lot more pleasant experience than I had even imagined. I had nightmares of stepping on the stage to open up the convention for everybody and having people attack me. I had nightmares of me not knowing what to say when the microphone was put in front of me. I had nightmares of the stage being too high, the ceiling being too short, all these things. It was crazy. The reality is that the convention rolled forward, and it continues to roll forward, whether and people are rolling with it, and that's the really, really great thing about it. So I don't know how I can translate that to somebody who's maybe not doing something along that nature. But the reality is that a lot of stuff is going to go wrong in your life before you're getting ready to go. You can't have it perfect. You got to adjust on the fly. You have to be willing and able to make adjustments as you go. And this is what I was lucky with the team that was put in place for me. God bless them, but they did it and they rolled through wonderfully. So, and not only that, another thing, this is crazy. I had offered, so here's a little bit of karma. This is, I call it convention karma. Someone came, they want their daughter to be, and he wanted to support me and said, I want my daughter to pay for registration. And I said, no, I'm not going to make her pay for registration because she's not going to go to the lectures. She's only going to come to the shows. I'm just going to say, no, you know what? If it wasn't for you, this convention wouldn't be taking place. So I said, no, I am going to definitely 100% not allow you to pay. So I was out that registration fee. Great. The next day, one of the speakers who I agreed to pay for his flight came up, and I said, okay, you were going to pay for, I was going to pay for your flight, but you decided to drive, and then last minute you changed back to a flight. What do you need from me? Because we didn't dial it in. And he says, no problem. It's my donation to the convention. I was like, wow, that is so great. That is so amazing. And it's been like that all along. My biggest fear was putting on a bad convention. My second biggest fear, really biggest fear, was running into a deficit. And with everything we did to kind of combat that deficit, we came further and further away from the zero mark, which left us deeper and deeper into the black. And the deeper into the black we go, the further away we are from a deficit, which is where I want to be. And right now, we are comfortably away from the deficit, and it's amazing. I'm really excited. I'm really happy. Things are turning out really, 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 really good. So, how would this translate universally? I guess the thing is imagine starting a business, and this I've talked about a lot. It's not going to be perfect. When you start your business, it's not going to be perfect. There are going to be some issues. Whenever you start your new job, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be issues. So the trick is to, oh shit. The trick is to not, I had to adjust my mirror. My mirror got smacked as I was leaving the parking lot, so it got collapsed in. So the trick is start. Things will work out. Things do work out. And the people you need will appear. The people who are in your way will slip to the side. Have faith. I think that's the key, really. The key takeaway is have faith in the process. Have faith in yourself. I did not have faith in myself with this convention. But you know, the last 2 days have proved not only was I doing a better job than I could even imagine, because of all the negative feedback I was getting from people on the internet, the crosstalk on Facebook, all that stuff. I was under the belief that I was really, really doing a poor job. I was making mistakes, but not near what I had constructed in my mind, because our mind tends to blow things out of proportion and make problems and issues bigger than they really are. So there's that. And you know, the team, when I got there, this was really actually quite funny. I'm not used to having the authority and power that they gave me. Because normally when I'm in an issue with, when I'm doing something and I take a leadership role, I'm fighting a lot of people. They're constantly pushing back and making things harder for me. You know, I need volunteers. No one raises their hand. I need someone to work a little bit later. There's pushback. I need someone, you know, to do a little bit extra, or they haven't done their task, you know, quite to what was anticipated. I get pushback. But this team, I say, I need to do this. Can you guys handle it? And they're like, you're the boss. Okay, so I need to go here. Can you handle it? You're the boss. You know, like last night, can you lock up the ballroom and make sure that everyone's out of here by midnight? Because I had to take Gaby back home. You're the boss. And what a foreign feeling that was for me to have that kind of support from everyone on the team. Makes for an amazing convention, an amazing experience. And I think that would do with a business. If you start a business with the right people, that's what you get. People who will follow your lead, or at least want the goal as badly as you do, so they do what needs to be done to make sure it happens. Anyways, folks, that's me. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks so much for watching. More updates coming with the convention. I'm putting them on my Instagram. I'll throw them on Twitter, on Financial Freeway, at Financial Freeway on Twitter, so you can see some of the pictures. Facebook's down right now. There's been some issues with my Facebook account. Working on getting that rectified, or maybe not. I don't know. Whatever is the least problematic for me, I'm gonna do, because I am not going to stress too much about being on the Book of Faces when you know, life is going so great for me. So anyways, folks, thanks so much for watching. If you like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you haven't yet, check out financialfreeway23.ca. That's our website. It's where all the good stuff is. I'll probably throw some pictures of the convention on there as well, so you can see kind of what we have been working on for the last year. And as I always say, you know, spread the word, spread the gospel. Make sure everyone understands that everyone has the inalienable right to live a life of success, happiness, and abundance. Wherever you are on this beautiful, beautiful fall day, God bless.